So much for boxing. This is a fight. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Just misses with that uppercut. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There was so much hype surrounding this match. I wonder if it can actually live up to the hype.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Good counter punching. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them, more than happy.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter. That counter shot lands. And shoot. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second.
There's the bell for round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Counter punch caught him clean. That punch is beginning to take its toll. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light. Concentrate.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. You don't want to trade shots. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Calm yourself down.
And there's the bell to start round three. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When are we going to see a jab from these two? being shown here is just incredible. Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They both want the knockout. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. No rest for the weary. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get out there and win this round, kid. You had everything in the bag, and now you're gonna let...
Nice round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy.
And there's the bell for round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like a King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Beautiful counter punch. He misses with that jab. Counter punch. Lucky that hook didn't score. A perfect counter shot. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Counter punches have to hurt. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into a rhythm, the fight is over.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think right.
He's gonna be confident.
And there's the bell for round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A perfect counter lands. Caught him. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Didn't land that jab. And he scores with the counter. Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He threw a punch and just got countered. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter. A fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst. Boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Beautiful counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on them fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Good work. You were thinking just the same.
Around. Get back behind your jab. Basics. Just get your rhythm.
Let's start the 6th. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. There's a counter shot. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Well done with that counter shot. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch. And down goes Alexander Usyk. Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
Shot from the gods, they say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry.
How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Is there any way back into this fight after the beating he has taken so far?
They believe.
There's the bell to start round 7. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Good counter punch. The perfect counter lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
Those counter punches have to hurt. No rest for the weary. Done with that counter shot. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Beautiful counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. Those counter punches have to hurt. Misses with the straight left. You can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
A shot from the gun.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Borderline disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
Unbelievable heart. Knocked down twice.
Come on, we've let him back into the fight. We're way back.
Good work, that's it. Breathe.
And we enter the 8th round. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns and you...
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
I've got to see that again.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Nice counter. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Every time they throw a shot, final 10 seconds here, and the corner is gonna have their work cut out for them. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.